In a quiet little town, nestled among green hills, lived a young boy named Leo. Leo loved animals more than anything in the world, but his absolute favorite was a tiny stuffed tiger he named Tigo. Leo carried Tigo everywhere, to the park, to the grocery store, and even to bed each night. But Leo had a secret he didn't even know. His little tiger, Tigo, had a secret of his own. Every night when the soft light of the moon touched his orange and black fur, Tigo came alive. He wasn't just a toy anymore. He became a real, living, breathing tiger, small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, and he could even talk. One particular night while Leo was sleeping soundly, dreaming of adventures, Tigo woke up with a stretch. His tiny whiskers twitched with a strange excitement. He noticed the moon outside was brighter than usual, casting an unusual greenish glow across the bedroom floor. Suddenly, a soft, enchanting whisper floated in through the open window. Tigo ... Tigo ... it called. Curious, Tigo padded silently to the windowsill and peered out into the backyard. His eyes widened in amazement. Hovering in the middle of the lawn was a glowing portal, spinning gently in midair like a magical, shimmering wheel. Tigo's little heart began to race. He felt a pull, a strong, undeniable call from whatever was on the other side. Without a second thought, he gathered his courage, leaped from the window, and landed softly on the cool grass below. He cautiously approached the swirling vortex of light and color. Before he could even decide what to do next, the portal seemed to reach out and pull him in. The world around him dissolved into a dizzying spin of flashing colors and strange sounds. And then, just as suddenly as it began, it stopped. Tigo landed with a gentle thump on warm, golden sand. He stood up slowly, shaking the sand from his fur, and looked around. He was in a place unlike any he had ever seen. Towering stone temples, ancient and mysterious, reached for the sky. Thick, green vines draped over enormous statues of jungle animals, and waterfalls cascaded down cliffs, glowing with a soft, ethereal blue light. He was in a jungle city, alive with creatures of all shapes and sizes. Parrots with brilliant feathers, mischievous monkeys, sleek leopards, and majestic elephants all stared at him. But their expressions weren't of wonder. They were filled with worry. A tall parrot with vibrant red and green feathers flew down and landed on a branch right in front of him. "You must be Tigo," the parrot said, his voice surprisingly deep and wise. "We have been waiting for you. The jungle city is in grave danger." Tigo blinked his big, glassy eyes. "Me? But why me? I'm just a small toy tiger." The parrot shook his head. "You are the one chosen by the mystic moon. Only you have the power to save us." Before Tigo could ask another question, a deafening roar shook the very ground beneath his paws. From the dark entrance of the largest temple, a monstrous shadow began to crawl out. It was the Stone Panther, a once noble guardian of the city who had been corrupted by dark magic, losing its heart and turning evil. The animals scattered in fear. "Tigo, you have to hurry!" A small monkey chattered, swinging down from a vine. "We need to get to the Heartstone. It's the only thing that can stop the panther." Tigo swallowed hard. He was so small, and the Stone Panther was enormous and terrifying. But looking at the frightened faces of the jungle animals, he knew he couldn't just stand by and do nothing. He had to try. He puffed out his chest and said bravely, "Show me the way." With Tigo in the lead, the animals guided him through the winding paths of the jungle city. They raced across swinging rope bridges that swayed high above deep chasms, slid under massive fallen trees, and scrambled up crumbling stone walls. All the while, the Stone Panther chased them, its glowing red eyes cutting through the darkness like sinister lasers. Every time it let out a ferocious roar, the ancient stone beneath them cracked and shuddered. Finally, they reached the heart of the city. There, in a large open plaza, Tigo saw it, a giant glowing crystal pulsing with a gentle, warm light. It was the Heartstone, but it was not unguarded. The stone floated in the center of a complex maze of shifting stone walls. "You must go the rest of the way alone," the wise parrot said, his voice somber. "The maze will only reveal its path to the chosen one." Tigo took a deep breath, his little chest filled with a mixture of fear and determination. He stepped into the maze. As soon as he entered, the massive walls began to move. grinding and sliding to create new paths and dead ends every few seconds. Strange, ghostly whispers echoed through the labyrinth, trying to confuse him. But then, Tigo remembered the words Leo would whisper to him every single night before falling asleep. Tigo, you're brave. You're the bravest tiger in the whole world. No matter what. Those words echoed in his mind, stronger than any ghostly whisper. They filled him with newfound strength and pushed him forward. He dodged shifting walls, navigated tricky turns, and finally he saw it. He had reached the center. The heart stone floated serenely above a stone pedestal, its light even more brilliant up close. But just as he reached out a paw to touch it, the stone panther smashed through the final wall of the maze, letting out a triumphant roar. It pounced, soaring through the air, straight toward the little tiger. Tigo froze, time seeming to slow down. He thought it was all over. But in that final, critical moment, the heart stone seemed to sense his courage. It flared with an intense, blinding light. A powerful beam of pure blue energy shot out from the crystal, surrounding Tigo in a protective, shimmering shield. The stone panther crashed against the shield and was thrown back, roaring in anger and confusion. It tried to attack again and again, but the purifying light of the heart stone began to wash over it, melting away the dark magic. The monster's form softened, its red eyes faded, and it slowly transformed back into the noble stone guardian it once was. As the magic settled, the city stopped shaking. The waterfalls lost their eerie glow and flowed with clear, sparkling water. A great cheer erupted from all the animals who had been watching from the edge of the maze. "You did it, Tigo! You saved us!" The little monkey shouted with joy. The restored stone panther, no longer a monster, bowed its great head to the tiny tiger. "I am grateful, little one. You have saved us all from the darkness." The heart stone began to spin once more, its light swirling to create another portal, this one leading back to Leo's world. "Tigo, it is time for you to go," the parrot said kindly. "Your friend is waiting for you." Tigo nodded, feeling a pang of sadness to leave his new friends. "I'll miss you all," he said. He took one last look at the beautiful, safe jungle city and stepped through the portal. The world faded, and he landed softly on Leo's bed, right next to his sleeping friend. The first rays of the morning sun were just beginning to peek through the window. Tigo felt his body grow still, his fur turning back to soft plush. Just before he turned completely back into a toy, he whispered, "I'll always protect you." "Leo, always." A moment later, Leo stirred and woke up. He reached for his favorite toy, hugging the little tiger tight. He smiled, a warm and happy smile, as if deep down he could feel the magic and the echo of his tiger's incredible adventure. "Good morning, Tigo," Leo said cheerfully. Tigo didn't speak, of course. He was just a stuffed animal again. But inside his tiny, stitched heart, he was smiling right back.